I mean, as Jesus said, thy will, not my own. Um, my prayer has been that may my will be your will. You know, allow me to find your will for me. And then you have to practice, and you got to learn how to trust that you are being wise and loving and truthful and kind and considerate. Because if you're not doing those things, you're not serving God. Here,
yeah, true facts. Blessings, Jack. Blessings, Freedom Grower, Scott. Yeah, I was listening to you speak earlier, Jack, and for me, it brought to mind chapter 46 of the Tao Te Ching, and in it, he makes a very simple comparison. At the beginning of the scripture, he says, when the Tao is present in the world, war horses are used in agriculture, and when the Tao is absent from the world, even pregnant mares are taken onto the battlefield. And so it kind of shows this easy distinction between when we're doing things right, and where human behavior is in harmony with the subtle law or the universal law, and when we're out of order, like obviously things are going in a serious direction of chaos right now. And so it brought me back to something my dad used to always tell me. He said, if you look for the good in something, you can find a million reasons why it's good. And if you look for the bad or ugly in something, you can also find a million reasons why it's bad. So it's that paradigm shift and that fixation, right? If we're looking towards the good, I think we can find and create more of it. But yeah, really good monologue today, man. It very solid. It was invigorating, I think, to the community here, the Georgia. And good to see you back, man. Welcome back, beloved.
Hey, thank you, brother. And Dick, I'm gonna rotate you out. I like the aesthetics of 4. And Goblin, you've been waiting a little bit. And Scott, I muted you. There was some noise coming through, but
I think that was mainly your fault for more of the noise coming through. Can't blame me, right?
I was just reflecting on it.
It is what it is. It is what it is. How you doing, Jack?
I'm feeling blessed. Thank you. Hey, welcome to you too, Goblin. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. I was just reflecting on what you and Frank had going on, because this is where we're at now, unfortunately, man.
The pregnant mayor's going out to war. Is that where we're at?
Well, this is where we're at if we don't get it figured out. I mean, I got an idea. That's all I can share with you, as well as that's all you can share with me, right?
Yeah.
I think that right now what's going to happen, you hear me, right?
Yeah.
Does your audience hear me?
No, we can't hear you.
It's called the Kalergi plan, and it's called Loxism, and look it up.
Are you giving us homework, Goblin?
Fine. Ban me, that's fine. They know it. Your chat knows it.
Hey, Goblin, why are you here?
To give us homework.
That's what it sounds.
Yes, and the Bolshevik as well. The Bolshevik Revolution of 1917 and the Balfour Declaration. Ban me.
Hey, why
you know
don't
what?
I think the chapter, one of the important things that's I'm sorry.
Please.
Go ahead.
No, please, Frank. Go ahead, please.
I was just saying that we need that essential paradigm shift, right? That shift in focus that you're constantly reiterating here for people, is that we need to become more heart-centered and seek out to be Christ-like and love our neighbor and stuff like this. And if we genuinely start to do that, we can root out this behavior. Like when folks come in and they're bringing that darkness and static from the world outside, even into your space here, where you're trying to generate love and harmony. And then they're like, well, here's the darkness, I'm bringing it with me. Fuck everything you're doing, Jack, and let me do this thing. It's a reflection of that. You spoke at the beginning of your conversation about somehow we're mirroring each other and mirroring society. And I made a pithy quip about it, but it really is true, like it is. It's something we need to consider.
We are reflections. There's so many ways to envision it beyond just the physical and material experience. The world we live in, it has us completely focused on the material, but the material is all temporary. The entire world that we know is temporary. We are temporary. Our thoughts are temporary. Our feelings are temporary. And we get so caught up, especially in the bad thoughts and bad feelings. It's so hard to see beyond those. At least in my experience, I had a lot of trouble with that. I felt like things would never change. I couldn't see change in the future. Scott, please, if you got
It's
something.
a strange world we live in. You know, the more I find out, the less I know. And you know, when you think these moments are not lasting, that's probably the opposite of what's true. I think the more we kind of assume we know things, I think the further we are from the truth. You know, in other words, although we grew up in a generation where there weren't cameras and we didn't get caught doing a lot of shit versus kids growing up today, I don't know that the great beyond doesn't have a Akashic record, if you will, of everything that's going on. I don't know if we can really get away with all that we think we can just because we ignore consequence right now for the short term. There may be a little more to that than we assume. You do wrong, you might face judgment, you know, and I mean that's 80 years here, eternity in in an energy field in another realm.
Well, yeah, and the proof of that recording is that when you take a step back, you realize you're just observing the recording playing out, and then you realize how the idea of privacy in the human mind is a hallucination. So be careful, because God's watching.
Dude, that's
I
true.
think that's why the old priests and stuff and the parliament and wear the hairdress to keep their thoughts from God.
The tinfoil hat.
Yeah. If God can't hear your thoughts, he can't judge you for it, right? So we just need to build metal plates above us and hide underneath all steel. Then you can fornicate. Then you can. No, Jack, no, that's not the way to do it.
No, because I trust my definition. My definition, everything comes from God. Even the thoughts we think, we think, they're just thoughts we receive.
Say that three times real fast. The thoughts we think. Say that real quick.
No. But it is. We think we are the thinkers of the thoughts, but the thoughts are just visiting us, right? We don't know where the thought comes from, but since we see it with us, we think it's part of us. And just like the feelings too. We think I am sad. Well, I'm experiencing the energy of sadness, right? I am angry. Well, I'm experiencing the energy of anger. Hey, welcome to you, boy. How are you today?
Dude, you've been having such a challenging conversation with Frank and Scott that I thought I'd join.
Uh-oh.
We need some help. Thanks, Foy.
Yeah.
I don't feel it's been challenging. I actually appreciate this.
Yeah. Likewise.
Thank you. This life we're living, it is a trip. And this, who I am and what I'm doing, I realize how it comes across. I know how I come across. I know how some people perceive me. I've been accused of placing myself on a pedestal, of acting like a guru or trying to tell people what to think. But really, I'm figuring this out, and I found some answers that helped me. And really, I just want to try and help other people because we are all in this together.
But you act like a guru, um, Jack. Come on, and there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, you know.
Thank you.
Boy, he identifies as a guru.
Well,
What's that, Scott? Sorry.
I said he identifies as a guru.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily so, but you know, sometimes you act like a guru, and people perceive you as acting like a guru, or people perceive you as a guru and take your advice. You know, I'm here.
Instead of saying he
I've
acts
been-
like a
I've been here. I've been here several times myself. So, you know,
instead of saying he acts like a guru, might we look at it that he acts as if he's sure of himself?
yeah.
hey, Samsonite, thank you. A guru is a Sanskrit derived term for a knowledgeable teacher, guide, or master who helps remove ignorance and guides disciples towards enlightenment or expertise. I think one of the best things I've heard long ago is we're to become our own guru, right? We learn from others and practice what we can to truly remove our own ignorance and guide ourselves towards enlightenment or expertise.
And
Yes,
the term has been inverted, right? When the Tao is present in the world, right is right, right is right. But when it's absent, then right becomes wrong, up becomes down, black becomes white, and we suffer, right? So we got to correct the course and remove suffering from the world somehow, as best as we can, anyway.
So one of the anecdotes that I heard from one guru, once upon a time, was the one that walked away. And so, because one student of this guru asked the guru, which person learned the best from you? Like, which was your best student? He said, oh, once upon a time, there was a guy who listened to me and then listened to a couple of words that I said, and he walked away straight. He started to make music. Wow, that was such a wise thing to say.
Music, truly Luciferian.
When the Tao is at,
If you're a communist and you live in China, of course you would say that.
we're living at a time where there is, I believe, there is a spiritual revival that is happening. And it's part of mankind awakening to the false reality of what has been conditioned. Truly, the path to enlightenment. I heard this long ago too. Every one of us, human beings, are enlightened beings. However, the burden and the darkness we carry is of our own design. It's our own karma, our own path. So the path to enlightenment for any of us, it's to remove that which is not. Remove that which is not the light. Remove the darkness from
The
yourself.
obstacles you face are the obstacles you create. You conjure up your own existence. I think that one of the truest things, beyond, physical destruction of your body and not being able to overcome that, but is if you believe in positive things, if you start with positive mental reinforcement, even with a child, you can grow them into a baseball player. But, if you breed negative into that, and if you let negative into your day-to-day life, anything that you're trying to accomplish is going to be, dissuade. So the best that you can do is hope for the best for others, the best for yourself, and a positive mental outlook. And then the meek shall inherit the earth.
I believe we have the chance to experience, witness, and participate in the fulfillment of prophecy. And the prophecy I'm referring to, it's not the rise of the Antichrist. It is the bringing in of the new kingdom, the restoration of wisdom, the restoration of love and righteousness, right? If we bring the qualities of heaven, the ideas of righteousness and love and goodness, we bring that into the norm of the day, we will not be dealing with this nonsense, waiting for arrests, waiting for prosecution of the child traffickers, right, who are being redacted from all the government documents. Sorry, man. This shit pisses me off. In the new kingdom, we will not be waiting on those with wealth or authority to do what is right. Because I said this recently. Where was it? Those who know, what was it? Oh, there's nothing preventing those who know from doing what is right.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, there is, Jack. Their greed, envy, lust, I mean, there's a ton of shit preventing them from doing it.
No, those who know what is right, there's nothing tangible that prevents anyone from doing what is right.
Knowing there's a problem isn't the cure.
But still, I hear what you say, Scott, but no good deed will go unpunished. Right?
I agree with that, but giving people
as much as that sounds like insanity, that's an explanation, to what Jack is saying. I mean,
but you got to think about if that good deed is done in a selfless way or not, right? If you don't expect any return on investment for doing good, then there is no way for that to go punished, right?
Jack just basically said
in and of itself is the thing. It is the result. It's not a means to an end. It's an end in and of itself. The man of goodness does goodness, and thus he is good to all, right? And goodness is propagated. When you're hiding, Scott, if you're hiding secret depravity, you can always do good within yourself. You can always make the choice to do the right thing and do the good thing, right? Like Jack said, there's nothing preventing that. Not from within yourself anyway, right? The world may prevent you from expressing it on a grand scale, but that's not how it works anyways. The collective efforts of many good men doing good things is where the change comes from.
Absolutely. But Jack was saying that knowing is what makes people do things. If they know what's right and what's true, then how could they not do what's right and what's true? And I'm just objectively gonna, I think
because
it's
and they turn their back on it every day, right? People constantly love tangents and devious byways, and they know that they're doing the wrong thing, but they do it anyway, and they persist in doing
cigarettes,
evil.
Alcohol, hookers, cheating. We live in a world of
look at Frank. He's promoting communism.
Cynicism.
While enjoying the hookers and the alcohol. It's a funny thing, dude. It's a very idealistic thing.
Holy cows. Sorry, I got distracted.
No worries. I've been studying Castaneda recently, and he's got a lot of good advice on spiritual conversations. One of the things I pointed out in the chat a moment ago is that spiritual dialogue requires suspending the need to impress, persuade, or be validated. When self-importance drops, perceptions sharpens. And one thing that touched my heart in your monologue earlier was about living without fear and being true to the self. And I thought, can I go up on Jack's today? It's a big deal. A lot of folks watching. And I felt kind of nervous. I'm like, I'm having a fucking bad hair day, whatever. And I thought, you know what? Forget all about that. Just join Jack in the message of love and living without fear. And don't worry about, if you got your makeup on or your dress looks right, and just go do it. Have fun and enjoy. Because it's been a while. I mean, it's been a hot minute since you've done your regular live streams, and I think everyone's been missing you. I mean, I can speak for myself at least.
I appreciate that, Frank. Yeah, I took a few days off last week, and And in the future, I still don't know exactly what the future is going to look like. It's not likely going to be the 7 days a week again, not for a while. Hey, we've got another guest here I want to bring up. Scott, I'm going to drop you for just a moment, just a little bit. Landry, welcome to you. How are you today?
What's up, man? How's it going? How you feeling? How you doing?
Truly feeling blessed. Sharing the good stuff today is the idea and the topic. Wisdom and love, that's what it's about.
Ooh, I love the good stuff. I think Frank does too, right?
We've had some great conversations, man. Frank's bringing the perspectives of the Tao and some other, I don't know what I'd call them, philosophies, perhaps? Wisdom?
Shamanism. Yeah. A little
All right.
shamanism from Castaneda.
Yeah.
Some crystal shamanism, some might say. Sorry, shout out to my crystal shaman in the chat.
Yeah.
Yes. We've got wonderful people here. Did you catch the topics we discussed today?
Share the good stuff, the good shit with a dollar sign and an exclamation point.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, was there anything in the build-up that touched you in a special way and made you feel like you wanted to?
I'm
add
always
to it?
being touched in the special ways by Talcott. I mean, we all know that.
Yeah, that's what makes you,
here. You know what?
listen.
Sorry to interrupt you. I do like the view. I like the visual with just 4. But Scott, I'm bringing you back up. You
Okay. I got a feedback. Hold on.
Yes.
Maybe you can put those non-camming up plebes beneath us all. Just kidding.
Absolutely. There we go. We'll keep it better.
This looks better. This looks way better.
Hey, I talked about a lot of things, and I forgot to do the banner or anything to help remind some of these ideas. But some of the concepts were, along with sharing the good stuff, is the idea and the observation of doing good and the rewards that come from that. Because we live in a realm of cause and effect. Every choice is a cause, and every cause brings an effect. When we do good, we feel good. And when we feel good, we can feel good about feeling good. You can feel good about doing good, and it does snowball. And then the idea of being in a fallen world where in the darkness, we do have the choice between good and bad. But once we actually rise above the good and bad, we can see the wholeness. And one with Christ, the Spirit of God, the love of God, one has no choice but goodness of truth and love. And imagine if this world was filled with people that just knew, right? I have no choice but to be honest and to be kind and to be forgiving and generous and loving. What if the world was filled with that? I think it can become the norm. I really do. Which brings us back to the other topic of leadership by example.
Hey, I love that topic, dude. Ain't nothing worse than a leader who leads by non-example, who sits in the office, go do this, go do that. I'm on my phone.
Wait, guys. Doesn't somebody have to sit around and point?
Only the fat people.
Stop
Yeah,
it. It's not just the
the
fat people, it's the
supervisor.
people with wisdom, too.
Yes, Scott, that's true. Those are called the supervisors, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Supervisors, that's right.
No, supervisors got to go from location to location. Well, I guess they sit down.
Those
and
are
Production managers.
No,
You don't produce shit
No,
without
no,
getting shit
no,
done.
no, that's the wrong word. The supervisors are the ones that point, like, this needs to be done, that needs to be done. Those are the ones in charge. and they
Well, he's
know.
right. I mean, Jack's right. You can create buoyant, uplifting energy with your, your chi essentially, or you can suppress and create vectors of negative entropy and just suck the fucking air out of the room, right? You can offer either. You can either offer light or darkness, and you know what you're doing. If you're trying to be sly and clever and slither around like the serpents in the garden,
Like a
or if you're
manager
just here
instead of a
trying to,
supervisor.
flop your heavenly wings and radiate light. You guys know what you're up to. Everyone can see it.
One of the best motivators for people is ownership. They've noticed in business when they give people a piece of the business, they tend to measure up a little bit better. So, Jack, we all want a piece of this stream from now on.
What does that mean to own a piece of the stream?
I don't know what it means. It was unless you can build it up. Are you the build it up guy, Landry?
Sure.
Aren't you to take something and make it better? Well, you
Hell
try.
yeah, I'll be that guy.
You've been trying, right? I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen you try, but it's you trying.
Failing.
No, you do some interesting AI stuff. I've actually seen some of your work, and don't necessarily think it's the greatest or the worst. It's pretty good though. Some of it.
I left my AI hat back in 2025, but thank you.
Did
very
you?
much.
A wind in
I
your
like
sails,
mine.
right? You're either the added value guy or you're not.
The world is changing in front of us, and it's all little bugs and quirks in machines.
Hey, this world we live in, leadership versus the boss. I mean, this is something, the patterns of Donald Trump. I mean, he literally epitomizes a boss, and that's corruption. It's the material world. That's not what,
That's
it's
kind
not
of
what I,
that's kind of the script that's written on that man, though.
He's actually
He's a-
saving the world from pedos.
so, well, no, that's the story, but that story's lacking evidence, man. I just got what you were saying, Landry.
He's saving the world from Rosie O'Donnell, is what he's doing.
And that's the big question too. That archetype, is it ever going to die out? There's nothing new under the sun. I mean, is there any model that we can get out of escaping the Kingslayer syndrome?
What is the Kingslayer syndrome?
Just a word concoction that I came up with. Like, we have the king, right? And they dominate the nation or the kingdom. And then someone's always out to get them, right? If they're doing a bad job. So it's like, is there any other model that could replace that? There's the triumvirate, of course, which we attempted it with the Republic. But how's that working out?
When you said Kingslayer, it immediately made me think of like Rome when they changed the guard over 80 times or something like that, and like 60 of them were under the knife. Son, ruler, cousin, uncle, nephew, just all taking power by the knife.
Here, Goblin got what he wanted. He showed up wanting to get banned, and so yeah, Goblin, you can return another day, bud.
And what I think I mean by that, Landry, to answer your question, is there a way that we can support leadership so that it somehow naturally, organically improves? Because it doesn't seem that we're going to ever be able to escape that model. And even like with Jack's message, it's a form of leadership that we're trying to support because we think somehow it could do a better thing, right?
It is interesting though. Like, I think the concept of leading by accident, where people can be such strong leaders that they just do it naturally. You know what I mean? But that's obviously not going to scope or scale to running a country or world.
What?
Or
They
you
do it
big
in the
league.
moment, right? And isn't this what also comes out in tests? How do you call this? The outcast become the leaders when there's no rules, right? When there's no rulers, rather. When there's no rulers, the outcast become the leader, naturally.
Or maybe the outcasts are the loudest ones in the room.
Troy, what's that?
Say
I
again?
don't know. You might tend to think that the outcasts sometimes end up being the ones that are most reflective and introspective and actually think things through and, review things that have already happened in their mind and come back with tangible plans, tangible thoughts, tangible outlooks when a lot of other people get chaotic and they misrepresent what they see. They
And
misrepresent
I
what's
think
happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with that in mind, if I may first, Foy, we would all like to know what's going on with Jack. Like, what's the future of the show? What, you've been missing for a few days. A part of getting to know the man, I think, is why a lot of these people are here. It's one of the reasons I'm here. I love the message. I support the ideas, but getting to know Jack's story and figuring out what the future holds for Chats with Jack, it's kind of a big deal, I think. Jack, can you respond to that a little bit or no?
I appreciate that. It's kind of undecided and unclear because I had to evaluate my results. You gotta look at yourself and see, are you on the right path? And I didn't see the signs that gave me confidence. That's why I've reduced the frequency and I'm looking at some alternative formats still. I'm hoping to bring some guests and have some actual different conversations. But thank you, Frank.
What kind of conversations you thinking? Like, you thinking baseball, football?
No. There's actually a couple people I've met online or seen online in the YouTube realm. I'm kind of interested in their stories, and actually if there's people that, Frank, it's been a while since you and I have done something. It seems like we may have a long time ago, but there's people who have fascinating stories. Actually, one of them is Insane Wheels, if he's still around. Mr. Mike Ball. He does regular streams of current news on YouTube, but he's also got a lot of stuff going on outside of the online world that he's taken care of. And that's an interesting story. I've mentioned your buddy Jaron. Jaron has a fascinating story to me. I'd be interested in talking to him about his experience.
I could probably recite it to you verbatim. I've heard it so many times.
Well, it's not so much what happened. I want to know about the inner story, his growth and things he experienced internally. Because he had to have been challenged, man, to put yourself out there in one direction, and he did. For a long time, he's putting himself out there about the flat earth, and then he's in this public position where he changes his ways. Hey, there he is too. Blessings to you, brother. I'm serious. I am very interested in what you're doing, and you got some cool stuff going on that I'd love to share and promote if we can. So yeah, there's things coming up, and one of my projects is, well, connecting with other people who I've learned from and people who I admire. That's the biggest thing.
You could probably get a guest slot this Thursday on Back It Up if you want to do a. We need some help, man. It's brutal. Nobody disagrees with anything. Nobody wants to come up, right? It's a hard position to put people in, right? And this is what the issue was initially, was this concept of, it's an open panel, but also come back it up. It's like, okay, that doesn't work because people just want to hang out. Above all else, that's why this model, I think, works, because people just want to. They don't want backlash. The only backlash I see is arranged debates. Other than that, it's like spontaneous drama. But,
yes. I actually hoped to catch it. I hoped to head over that way last week because I didn't stream this last Thursday. And then I ended up getting phone calls or something happened and I was tied up. But that Back It Up, I was considering trying to bring the claim that We can bring the reforms and end wars in this lifetime.
I need to cue my soundbite. Back it up.
Right? Well, and that's where I was wondering though too. What would I use to back it up? Because what I'm suggesting has never been done, not in our lifetime, but on the smaller scale, it can be done. It has been done. On the individual scale, it happens all the time. People change. So why couldn't a nation change?
They can change, Jack. They just don't want to. I think that's the ultimate truth. You have too many people down the middle, you're dividing it. Catch 22. Landry,
Yes, sir.
in the back, I'm putting something for you. Hit me up.
Okay.
This
You got it.
from Trexgy. I would love this too. I'd be interested in seeing an angle where people who show up all fired up to share what it is they love and care about. Maybe that could be a good topic for a panel discussion. Inviting people, let's discuss what you love.
Well, what do you love, Jack?
Trump.
Tell us. Give me 5 things. Let me have the top 5 things that Jack Talcott loves.
Frank Monday, Landry, Scott to be Voy, and
I made the list. Thanks, Jack. Okay, cool.
Landry showing a little bit mastery of Taoism there. Good man.
Wait,
3 out of 5 wouldn't be bad, Jack. If you can come up with 3 things that you love. Faith, family, friends is just, spitballing.
I love love. I love wisdom.
that's the most Talcott answer I've ever heard. I love
I
love.
love love. That's clippable.
That's good magic right there.
So
Loves freedom from secrets.
I
Living
love
without
love,
fear, baby.
I love wisdom.
I
mean,
hate hate.
I hate too. I hate hate. If there's anything I could hate more than hate, I'd like to hate it.
Music, art, beauty, and practicing kung fu.
Music, art, beautiful.
Beautiful
Yeah.
women. I can't forget about the beautiful women.
There's an entire Japanese religion that worships the heart shape that follows woman. If you follow a woman,
The
you know
pair?
there's a heart shape.
Yes,
No,
the
heart
women.
shape.
I
Sorry,
took a
the
picture
beach?
of a woman. To see the picture
Inverted
that I have
heart,
as
yeah.
screen, my name here. Same woman. I put her in a different window. That's a lady laying in a window, but her butt looked like a heart, just perfectly.
Hey, we've got a new
Body,
guest
yeah, upside down heart.
here. Please,
There you-
we've got a new guest, and it's a face I'm not familiar with, but they're cammed up. I'm going to take a chance.
Is it upside down heart?
Queen Natty, welcome to you, the People's Podcast. It says
Hello, hello.
your
Great
mic is
mic.
a little soft. You want to? Your mic is real soft.
Turn it up, love.
It's all the way up, actually.
Hang on, I know why I got the wrong setting.
Pardon? I'd love to hear more from you. I'd love to have you introduce yourself, but I'm not
Maybe if
hearing.
you get closer to your mic and
It's all
scream.
about is about God.
God's on
You're not-
panel, actually.
What's it about?
What is the panel about?
It's all about Jesus, isn't it?
Well, somewhat. It's about
Yes.
God,
It's-
love, consciousness.
Mostly about Jesus. Yes.
Do you think Jesus loves me?
He
You
does.
think-
Jesus is the King, King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
Why wouldn't he love me?